Bro, today's show is going to be mind bending. Mind bending. Good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important meal of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. I need to learn that in sign language, by the way. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkled with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. Okay, I know you are not here for me. You never are. You guys are here for the morning mark. No prompts required, no drinks, no gear, just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing, sitting, it doesn't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today. Not a list, not 10, not three, one. Now mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day has officially started now. You drive as I dive. Are you guys ready? We got some amazing, amazing stuff going on. But you guys know we start every single show with which is now my favorite segment, This Day in History. And you guys know I do this show live, and it is always relevant. Today being Tuesday, Tactical Tuesday, February 10th. Would you like to know what happened in this day in history? I know you would. Are you guys ready? Get ready. Get ready. February 10th, 1863, the fire extinguisher is patented. Uh, Allinson Crane received a patent for the first fire extinguisher in the United States. While primitive compared to modern versions, it laid the groundwork for critical fire safety technology. Uh huh. Ooh, on this day, 1996, Deep Blue versus Gary Kasparov, and a landmark moment for AI. Remember, this is 1996. The IBM supercomputer Deep Blue defeated world chess champion Gary Kasparov in the first game of a six-game match. While Kasparov eventually won the match 4-2, the single game proved the machines were becoming capable of competing with the highest level of human strategic intellect, intelligence, if you would. And by the way, that reminds me of a great show on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit. It's about a fictitious 12-year-old girl who's in an orphanage, but she's playing like real, like the characters she plays are like the real chess champions of the time. Really, really, really great movie or series, I guess. Mm. What else happened on this day in history? How about this day, February 10th, 1763, the Treaty of Paris? This treaty was signed today, effectively ending the 7 Years' War, known as the French and Indian War in North America. It fundamentally reshaped the world map as France ceded nearly all of its North American territories to Great Britain, marking the beginning of an era of British dominance. This is 1763. About 80 years later, on this day in history, is the royal wedding, not of Diana, because it was a few years later, if you guys remember that. This is the royal wedding of Queen Victoria. Yeah, she married her first cousin. That's right. You would be thinking this wedding actually happened in Arkansas or Alabama or Mississippi. Somewhere in like the, I don't know, like the mid South ish. Okay. No. This actually happened there, on their side of the ocean. That's right. Their union significantly influenced British culture, notably Victoria's choice of a white lace wedding dress popularized the white wedding tradition that persists globally today. What the frizz? This is not even like something I even thought of. Did you even know this? What? Queen Victoria, before this wedding in 1840, okay, a white laced wedding dress was not a thing. She actually popularized the white wedding tradition. What? Did you guys know that? I had no idea. Zero. Okay. This day in history, 1962, Cold War prisoner exchange. A dramatic scene at the Gleicke Bridge in Berlin, which is probably pronounced Bridge in Berlin. The U.S. exchanged captured Soviet spy Rudolf able for downed American U-2 pilot Francis Gary Powers. This event remains one of the most iconic moments of the Cold War. And it wasn't just because the U-2 plane got shot down, but because of prisoner exchange, right? And so famous birthdays, to be honest with you, I don't really know any of these people, except I want to give a little bit of prop to Leontine Price. So you've never heard of this cat. I know. She's a legendary American soprano who became the first African American to achieve international stardom in opera. Her legacy is defined by her incredible voice and her role in breaking racial barriers in the classical music world. Now, you guys know in the last week or so, we had Rosa Parks on here celebrating that day in history, right? And so I love giving attention to people that change history, that rewrite history books. And Leontine Price, by the way, born in 1927, still alive today. Uh-huh. This cat is like 99 today. Okay. What else happened? 2009, the very first satellite collision in space. Unprecedented event. Two communication satellites, the commercial Iridium 33 and the defunct Russian military Cosmos 2251, collided, listen to me, at a speed of 26,000 miles per hour over Siberia. The collision created a massive cloud of space debris, highlighting the growing concern regarding the space junk in Earth's orbit. That's right. That's right. Now, what else is going on in this day in history? Because there's a lot. Today is National Umbrella Day. That's right. February 10th is National Umbrella Day. Okay. So, if we can, let me just see real quick what parts of the country today on February 10th will need to use an umbrella for National Umbrella Day. So if you live Texas, of course, I mean, this place changes weather. Oh, I was about to say something inappropriate, but you get it. Okay, so Texas, bring your umbrella. Go buy one. It's National Umbrella Day, right? Okay. Southeast, Texas, Kentucky, Georgia, the West, California, Nevada, Northeast, Great Lakes, and the Northeast, a little bit of rain. So, all of you peeps, National Umbrella Day, go get one. Go get one. Okay. And what else? Fun fact on this day in 1942, the first gold record was awarded. It was presented by RCA Victor to band leader Glenn Miller for his recording of the Chattanooga Choo Choo, which had sold over 1.2 million freaking copies. Come on, Glenn Miller, today, bro. You be famous. First gold record, Chattanooga Choo Choo. I don't even know how that song goes. I'm just going to guess, based in 1942, Chattanooga Choo Choo. No, I'm wrong. It's like, yeah, she, Chattanooga Choo Choo, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. I know I was a little pitchy there, but you can kind of get the vibe, right? Okay, cool. Now, I'm already in that like 1940s like baseball commentary vibe. And he rounds the bases. That's right. He steals first, and you can't steal first. He steals second. And so no, I got it. But this day in history, I knew you would love it. Now, before we jump into our juicy news, which I know you guys like, I got to read the disclaimer. Okay, while we talk about business growth and the economy here on Business for Breakfast show, please remember I don't hold any securities licenses. This show is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial recommendations. I'm here to help you run your biz like a Fortune CEO, not manage that portfolio. Can I get a woot woot? And can I get some juicy news? Juicy news. Come on now. Damn. I get myself all excited in the morning. I don't even know how this happens, but it do. It do. Can you tell I grew up in Philly? You know it. Come on now. What happened this day in history? Nope. We are now moving on to juicy news. Not this day in history. I apologize, but you also know that it's early in the morning. And you guys also know that what we do for you guys is to be that partner, which you guys are going to see this afternoon or here in about 45 minutes. I'm going to actually do, because today's Tactical Tuesday, which means we basically build you guys a business for under $1,000. And so yesterday, McPherson asked, hey, how do I start a business? I've been thinking about a couple of years. But I'm kind of stuck, but I want to do something in healthcare. And so as the person asked the question, I jumped on and immediately said, I don't know, man, what about like delivery services like assisted living or, like that type of thing. And it's like, oh, great idea. Well, today I'm going to build that business for you. I'm going to build you that business for under a grand. I know. I know. You're not going to believe it. I'm going to build it for you for under a grand. I'm going to prove to you guys that most service-based businesses you can start organically for under $1,000. That's right. That's just a few weeks of doing some Uber delivery or food delivery. In a month's time, you'll have the money to be able to start your own service-based side hustle. That's right. And we're going to show you to do it. Okay. But here's the title, the SBA. By the way, that's I brought that up because I wanted to remind you guys that what we've done for almost 60 years is give you guys that assistance, is help you guys with the ideas. What we do at the accounting firm, we are accounting, right? And then we are the accountability plus the consulting, right? And so where everybody else, you have to understand an accounting firm's really only job is to document what you did yesterday and make sure it's categorized properly so you're by the book for the federal, state, and local revenue collecting agency. That's their only job. Okay. How the hell does that help you run your business or start a business or grow your business? It don't. It don't. Okay. And that's where we come into play. We're one of the few accounting firms not owned by accountants. We're owned by small business owners. What you stress about, we stress about. And so for you guys, you know that we have peer advisory groups. They're open source. They're always available to you. You don't even have to be one of our clients, and they're always free. We don't believe that things that should help you and change your life should not be held with a closed fist or behind a. We believe it should be open, given freely. Why? Because you enough, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Okay. All right. So if you guys want to get in touch with us, there's two ways, businessforbreakfastradio.com. If you've got a business idea or a question, I'll reply back to it or read it on air. Or you can hit me directly at speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com. That's aaron.com. Okay. And you can schedule us to call to talk about anything, accounting, payroll, OBBBA laws, consulting, ideas, whatever it is, both ways to get us. Now, first story, if we can. Here it is. The title, the SBA to bar non-U.S. citizen entrepreneurs from flagship loans. Yep. The story, effective next month. The SBA will officially prohibit non-U.S. citizens, including legal permanent residents, green card holders, from accessing 7A guaranteed loans. This program currently provides up to $5 million for equipment and debt refinancing. Yeah, right. So why is this a big deal? Easy. Because when somebody, listen to me, if you prioritize a certain classification of people, okay, and the majority of everybody else thinks that that is wrong, discriminatory based, whatever it is, and this classification of individuals, and by the way, let's call them Italians. It doesn't matter what we call them, okay? Just people that are not citizens. That's it, okay? They're foreign. Like we're cool. We're not going to do anything bad to them. But at the same time, don't you think that citizens probably deserve a little bit more priority than foreigners? Don't even call them like illegals, not immigrants, not like but just people that are not citizens versus non-citizens. Who should get priority from SBA? The Small Business Administration. Their only job is to keep American companies still in business. So if you are not a citizen of America, that means that by default, you're not American. Like I can go to Germany and be over there, but I'm not German. Like I was born in America. Like I'm American. I'm a citizen of America. Okay. I can go other places, but if I'm not a citizen, I can't identify with that. Are you guys tracking? You guys are, again, this is common sense stuff, right? So this is a big deal for us mom and pop Venti shops, for the love of Mary. It is amazing to see that every day the administration is saying, hey, look, we know that we live in the kingdom on top of the hill, in the castle. We know that. But do you feel it? Like, I do believe that this guy is definitely like, I don't know, like definitely enjoys the finer things in life and enjoys hanging around uber successful individuals, whatever that looks like. I definitely agree with that. But I also believe that he tends to kind of go out pretty regularly and leave the kingdom and trot down into the village to see how the peasants are living in the village. I feel like we're starting to see that. And when you see things like this, regardless of your political affiliation, as a business owner, that's got to get you a little excited because that means that there's going to be less money going elsewhere and more money allocated to you. Duh, right? So leave your politics out of this and get excited because this is good news for you. Are you tracking? Are you tracking? Okay. Speaking of tracking, all right, all right. How about we do a little you guys know that we're big on encouragement and inspiration. Okay. So I want to talk about a company called Home Swap. It's a startup, it's a home swap startup called Kindred. They raised 125 million in fresh funding as travelers seek creative ways to save money. Okay. Now, this biz is really, really cool because um, it's based out of San Fran. Okay. And the co-founder, it was co-founded in 2021 by Open Door alumni Justine Palevsky, CEO, and Tasneen Amina. The startup offers a community-driven alternative to hotels and short-term rentals. Okay, so here's the difference. Like now, did you guys remember that movie years ago with like Jack Black called The Holiday? Right, Jack Black, Jude Law. I don't know where the girls are. I don't know. They were like insignificant, but maybe Cameron Diaz. She was fantastic. Actually, all four of them were actually fantastic, to be honest with you. But if you kind of like that stuff, it's Rebecca and I is one of our favorite Christmas movies. We watch it every year. And but if you remember, they got on a website called homeexchange.com or Home Exchange, which was actually built off of a real website that's still around today. They're like the 10,000 pound gorilla called homeexchange.com. And where you go online and like you just swap houses, kind of like that old show years ago where like wife swap, it's like house swap, right? So you've got a new company in this space. And so anytime you have this that puts that pressure on Airbnb and Verbo, especially Airbnb, because man, everybody knows that for years and years and years, they just got away with just bending people over on those stupid, ridiculous fees. Yep. And those days are, I think they're going by the wayside. And the more competition that comes in about people offering their home at a much, a greatly reduced rate, much lower rate, I think you guys are going to start seeing like this thing start to normalize a little bit. But anytime I see that, man, I think that is just fantastic, great news, and great job on the startup. I'm glad they got the seed funding. What else is going on in the news today, my beautiful people? What else? Mm. How about this? Okay. Okay. Here it is. Retail sales data drops today. Today. Okay. Today being Tuesday, February 10th. So the defensive spending warning. So here's the story. The Commerce Department released retail sales figures this morning, February 10th. Economists are bracing for a slowdown to zero point 0.4 growth as middle income families pivot to defensive spending, buying essentials now to beat predicted price hikes, then disappearing from shops. Okay, so here's why it matters to us mom pop venti shops. In January, you were probably pretty busy. Okay. Um, but it could very well have been what they call pantry loading. Like before like Y2K and like, this big like ice storm, everybody raids the grocery store for like the essentials. Okay. And it's pantry loading. Okay. Or like cupboard loading. Right. And so it's kind of the same thing. Right. But be wary. Okay. Because you can simultaneously have the best month of the year followed by the worst month of your year. So this is saying stash it like freaking squirrels, bro. Stash it like freaking squirrels. Okay. I'm telling you right now, it's hitting us right now. We believe it and we feel it. Okay. This is a big, big deal for us, mom pop venti shops. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All right, let me tell you what was in Entrepreneur in last week. Smart leaders know when to seek input and how to use it to make stronger decisions. Here's how founders can bring in outside perspectives without diluting their vision. Now, um, you guys know that I'm a huge, 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 huge fan of peer advisory groups. Okay. I think that they are literally the cat's pajamas. They're the cat's meow. They're everything cats. Cats and kittens is peer advisory groups. It's like your own group of 6 to 8, like your own, I don't know, personal board of directors, your own executive council. Um, we are big believers that every business owner should be in and have their own executive council. It's not fair that you don't have the discretionary resources, and that's people and or money and or knowledge slash skill set to be able to do this yourself. And that's why we're the only accounting firm on earth that actually has open source peer advisory groups for you. For you. Okay. So I want you to hear me. If you're stuck, if you oh, McPherson yesterday is like, I've been thinking about this business idea for the last couple of years, man. Yes. We have these for you. Okay. So we're just reading about how business owners need that accountability. We've got to have those people around us that can basically shoot holes in something in a block of cheese to make it look like Swiss cheese. The purpose of having your own executive council, your own um, uh, board of directors, your own peer advisory group, it's really three parts. One, to give you clarity. Two, like meaning clarity on your goals, because they're usually 12-week sessions. Two, to hold you accountable with a group amongst your peers, right? And number three, which is the most important reason why we do this, reduce mistakes, especially the ones that cost us money. Are you tracking? Are you tracking? Okay, good. Now, if you guys are interested in that, you know that we open up our peer advisor groups to you all the time. They're open source. They don't cost you a penny, and you don't have to be one of our accounting clients to jump in. That's right. We believe that everything that helps you shouldn't be behind a freaking locked paywall. We think you should have access to it. Yeah, we do. And that's why if you're interested in peer advisory groups or just getting that consulting or that assistance, right? We've been doing small business accounting, bookkeeping, payroll for I don't know, almost 60 years since 1968. So we're just a few years away from 60 years of doing this, right? So if you guys need help with this, there's two ways to hit us up. businessforbreakfastradio.com. Ask a question. I've got this idea for a business, whatever, and I will build it. If it's service based, I'll build you that business for under $1,000. We're doing it at the end of today's episode. Somebody asked yesterday, and I'm going to build you $1,000 business today. But also, like, if you need help with any of that stuff, you can get us at businessforbreakfastradio.com. Submit a question, we'll reply back to it, or answer it on air, or you can speak to me directly at speakwithaaron.com. That's speakwithaaron.com. That's aaron.com. Okay. So just make sure if you guys have questions, don't let today go by without you guys executing. Remember, success, it's a two-part formula. It's 25% planning and 75% execution. And that is how you make the award-winning, state fair winning chocolate chip cookie recipe. 25% planning, 75% execution. And that is going to be the most delicious cookie you've ever had. I guarantee it. I guarantee. All right. What else is going on in the news today, my beautiful peeps? Let's see. Ooh, this just happened a couple days ago. And you guys remember this? I talked about it, but I wanted to bring it up again. SpaceX just acquired XAI in a deal valuing the combined entity at 1.25 trillion. I brought up yesterday because the big rumor mill is it SpaceX and XAI, which is Grok basically on top of each other, like they're now one. But then SpaceX merging with Tesla to create the most valuable company on earth by a mile. By a mile. I could see it happening, bro. Then you got a company that's worth, dude, double NVIDIA, which is valued like 5 trill, probably double to 10 trill. I'm not kidding. If Elon pulls this off, which why the hell wouldn't he? Okay, he's already got Tesla and it's already publicly traded. Why the hell wouldn't you? Why would you want to manage and deal with the bureaucracy of two publicly traded companies? Oh my God, one is enough. Okay, the amount of money and headache and resources need just to keep yourself public with one company, mind a bending. Okay, but here's what's happening. And this was by George Noble. Great post, great follow on X. He says, let me translate what's really happening here. XAI is burning through $1 billion per month. The company generated $107 million in revenue last quarter while hemorrhaging $1.46 billion in losses. That's basically a 10x, right? Revenue loss, not the best. It burned nearly $8 billion in cash throughout the first 9 months of 2025. That's not a business. While SpaceX, meanwhile, generated, listen to me, $8 billion in profit on 15 to 16 billion of revenue. It's the only Musk company that actually prints money. And this is straight from George Noble. I'm reading directly from him. Okay. So, oh my gosh. This post is absolutely fantastic, but it's really long. But kind of goes into really why it's kind of all happening. And it's absolutely terrific. But that's a big, big story in the news that you guys need to hear about and need to understand what's going on because it's big. Okay. Let me go back to my bookie marks. You guys know I bookmark everything on X. How do you think I have all this stuff? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. PBD, Patrick Bet David. Okay, this dude is just go follow him. Period. I don't know. The dude's just awesome. He just spits out fire like liquid gold every time he opens his mouth, and he does not freaking disappoint. You want to know if you are CEO material? Are you ready for the 10-point test by PBD? Number one, extremely reliable. Have you guys ever scheduled a call with me? And whenever the call is scheduled at, I don't know, 4:15 p.m., that I call you at 4:15 p.m. Yeah, reliability is a big deal. Comfortable confronting issues respectfully. Yeah, you got to be able to have candor. Jack Welch, in my opinion, arguably the greatest CEO of our generation. What he did with GE was mind bending, and he was very big on candor. But he was also huge on everybody wants voice and dignity, and everybody deserves it. Be candid, but be respectful because you deserve it. Uh huh. Uh huh. Number three, structured thinker. Uh-huh. Do you think in layers? Do you build crap? Do you have like an engineer's mindset, right? You see 5 moves ahead. You guys know I was talking earlier about that movie or that show, Queen's Gambit. So this gal, she's like 12, and she's like an orphanage. And so they give her like a daily sedative for like all the kids, a daily sedative. She pops it, but she doesn't take it. When she turns around, she spits it out and she saves them. And then whenever she's ready to do some like major like daydreaming and like visioning and that type of stuff, she'll pop a whole handful of these sedatives and basically go to outer space. And she literally on the ceiling in the orphanage will play an entire chess game, move by move by move by move. Yep. The great CEOs work just like that. They are always 5 moves ahead. If you remember Jeff Bezos years ago talking about this, he said, once the company gets to a certain size, he goes, my stress tends to go away because he goes, I tend to live years in the future. So what you see us basically uh, displaying or showcasing that we just launched today, we've been working on for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So you've got to be moves ahead. And you guys hear me talk about this all the time. Okay. And this is important. Okay. I call it the chaos planning scale. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. So see if I can kind of scoot over a little bit for you guys. Okay. So the scale, okay, the chaos planning scale, right? It's like this. Okay. So here's planning, right? Down low. Here's chaos, up high. Okay. I want you to see this. If your entire world right now is literally you wake up and it's a breathing disaster, that's because you do zero planning, 0.00 planning. If you wake up and you're like, and by the way, you guys know I'm a Jesus freak, but Christians are the freaking worst at this, bro. The worst. They will wake up literally having a blown tire because that moron Christian, that's right, scarlet letter M for moron, decides that they are not going to have their back tire replaced, even though the metal is showing. And then the damn thing blows out when it's raining in the middle of the night and they're late somewhere. And they have the balls to blame Satan for that. Yes, I said Satan and balls in the same sentence. We know this ain't a kid's show, damn it. But I'm telling you, man, can you just I just said something and you all just died laughing. I hope you did not wreck your car. But you know, especially if you're a Christian, you know this is every day. And here's the worst part about Christianity. The worst part. Okay. You guys know I'm a Jesus freak, but I am not religious at all. Okay. Here's the worst part. When you're doing something right, okay, instead of having the mindset, hey, is there anything that I personally could do to make sure this keeps happening? Instead of analyzing it, saying, oh yeah, do X, Y, and Z to continue this success. We don't do that. Why? Because you're taught that's selfish. You have to give all good things to God. What in the hell nonsense is that crap? You know, the chaos planning scale? Listen to me. Leave religion and spirituality out of it. Leave it all out. There's space for that. But what's happening in your life is 99.9% your problem. Your fault. Your fault. Okay? Listen to me. Listen, people. Listen, Linda. This is Bob's Burgers. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Okay? You understand? Once you start planning, thinking 5 moves ahead, chaos starts going down. And when you get to this sweet spot, It's like, what? I can see it happening. I can breathe. I'm not in a constant state of panic. And then, but you have to understand the internal noise gets higher the more you plan, but the external noise gets lower and lower and lower to the point where you're somebody that is literally OCD. Your brain is pure torment, but you plan 10 years ahead. Like there's no such thing as surprise. Roller coasters scare the hell out of you. You hate adrenaline. Like you literally, you're the person that plans the 5 ways you're going to, water, the bridge is going to go out and you're going to go in the water. You already know the 5 ways to get out of the car. Like that's you. If you're that person, the engineer mindset, your chaos in your life is basically 0.00. You only basically allow 0.1% for just life. But the internal torment is like at a level 12 out of 10. Okay. But I would much rather have my internal mental torment than the outside world chaos being here. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right? Start freaking planning, bro, and watch chaos start freaking disappearing. Are you tracking with me? Are you tracking? All you engineers, I heard an amen. You're heading to work right now, and I just heard, yes, through the waves, some engineers, and like, amen, amen. That's right, that's right, that's right. Can I get an amen? That's right. Okay. So, no, very, very big. Number 5, we're still talking about PBD's top 10. If this is the test, if you're going to be a great CEO. Number 5, obsessed with learning. Okay. Remember, number 1, extremely reliable. Number 2, comfortable confronting issues respectfully. Everybody wants voice and dignity. Jack Welch. Okay. Number 3, structured thinker. Number 4, sees 5 moves ahead, at least 5 moves ahead. Number 6, filtered, or number 5, obsessed with learning. Are you kidding, bro? Are you kidding? You have no concept of the hours I spend every day learning. Warren Buffett, bro, what did he say? He would spend 5 to 8 hours every day just reading, just learning. Not just about, like with him, not just about, companies that are kicking butt and taking names. No, no, like everything. You got to be obsessed with learning. And this is also going to tell you something about your ego. Listen to me. If you're a know-it-all, you're not self-aware. You're the opposite of a CEO. And to be honest with you, this is most of the business owners I know that call themselves a CEO. They are afraid of strong personalities. They have to be the smartest person at the table. Instead of sitting like in the center of the table, like the Last Supper, where Jesus is in dead center and everybody's around, because in his mind, we're all even and equal. We just all have different gifts and talents around this table. These narcissistic CEOs are like, oh, I'm like the greatest thing ever. They make themselves sit at the end of the table while they look down upon their people because they are all dumber than the CEO. And that's why that business is going out of business. Yeah, yeah. You've got to put the smartest people at your table. Facebook's rule of hiring: don't hire anybody that you personally wouldn't work for. Damn. If that don't change the way you hire your peeps, because if you're a type of person that you've got a fragile ego and you got to be the smartest guy in the room at the table, I don't know. I don't think you're the type of person who would put those people around the table. I love, love, love strong personalities. It's the strong personalities that change the world. But you got to be comfortable with your own ego to be able to comfortably hang out with strong personalities. Because if you're not self-aware, and you have a fragile ego, you're going to see these people as competition rather than you building a great team to do something great. Are you tracking? Are you tracking? Okay, cool. Number 6, filter signal from noise. That's right. You also see, there's a saying: the more successful you are, the lonelier you become. And there's a saying, um, loneliness is the tax for success. So the team knows that um, I, I am very accessible, yet very inaccessible. So everybody's got a schedule to get to me. And usually it's either through Business for Breakfast Radio, where you submit a question, I'll reply back to it, read it on air, or you can talk to me directly. And by the way, this website I'm about to give you is directly for all of our team members, all of our vendors, and all of you. Okay. Anybody can get to me, but it has to be through my scheduling website, which is speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com. That's aaron.com. McFerson.com. And we can talk about anything, accounting, payroll. Like McPherson yesterday, who was on the show, asked a question about how do I start this business? I've been stuck. I want to do something like healthcare related. Okay, let's build it. Right. But you got to hit me up first. Okay. And so, but you've got to be able to filter the noise, right, from the signal from the noise. Everything out there, that chaos, that's noise. What's the signal? What's the market telling you? Right? You got to have a very sensitive spirit, and you got to be listening to it. It'll tell you. Number 7, enjoys the day-to-day grind. Yep, yep, and yep. Actually, Tillman Fertilla, which you guys know, big service guy. This dude wrote a book a couple years ago, blew my freaking mind, bro. But I'm going to tell you something he said, and tell me if this does not sound like you. Damn, dude. Okay, here, ready for this? This was from his quote from his book. Damn. Okay, what drives me? If so, remember I just said number 7, enjoys the day-to-day grind. You hear what I just said? Okay, so listen to this. This is Tillman Fertilla, the guy that owns like Golden Nugget, Rainforest Cafe, a zillion casinos and restaurants. He understands service better than anybody, and he owns the Houston Rockets. What drives me? It's a sport. This is just what I do. If I can't come to the office, solve problems, fight with someone, conquer something, then what would I do with myself? This is what I love doing. This is my basketball. This is my game. I love going to the office to lead people and trying to conquer something. That's what I enjoy doing. This is my sport. Yeah, man. Are you kidding? I have not worked for a dollar bill since 2008, 2009. I get up every day with the sole purpose of helping people suffer less. And I am telling you to wake up every second of the day, to be able to get to do this. I can't think of anything more rewarding than to be able to help, in my opinion, the greatest people on planet Earth. And in my opinion, the people we're dying for in order: God, country, and small business. I can't think of anything better than getting up every day and tackling this. Like for me, it is a sport. Like this is what I am doing. My favorite thing to do is to spend 4 or 5 hours at the office building a really, really complex org chart. I know you're like, really? I'd rather put like toothpicks on my nails. I know, but that's like quilting for me. I know. If you haven't figured it out yet, and you've been listening more than 5 minutes, this dude ain't normal. Okay. All right. And so enjoy the day to day. But let me also explain something to you. Richard Branson. Branson, in my opinion, gave the secret to getting up every day, and number 7, enjoying the day-to-day grind. Here's what Richard Branson said, and his secret to building billion-dollar companies. Are you ready? It's only 3 things. Listen to me, people. Only 3 things. And tell me if this doesn't resonate with your spirit. Number 1, craft the vision for how you're going to change the world and make it crystal clear. There you go. The ones that rewrite history never do it for a dollar bill. If you get up every day, and by the way, if you're a service-based business, it is so freaking easy for you to wake up every day and focus on helping people suffer less rather than making money. But making money is like eating rice cakes, bro. Like it's like, okay, it's kind of sweet, sort of, but it's like mainly air. There's no substance. There's no nutritional value whatsoever. 0. If you're chasing money, you are a hamster in that damn wheel. And you will put yourself in a grave and you will go nowhere. It is torment. It is torture. And you go nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. And so here was literally Richard Branson. Enjoy the day-to-day grind. If this is your schedule every day, tell me if you don't enjoy it. When I say your schedule, you know that you as the owner spend all 7 plates of business. We all know that. Okay. And so when I say this, I say that based on where you're at, the amount of team members you have, the size of your business, amount of resources available to you, I would say that you could spend probably 50, no more than probably 70% of your time on these 3 things. Number 1, craft a vision for how you're going to change the world, make it crystal clear. Okay. I think you guys know at our accounting firm, we have one vision, and that's to save small business. They're going out of business at a rate we've never seen before. And we believe that accounting should also be accountability, that all owners, regardless of their position or their level of authority, need coaches. They need accountability. Even Tiger Woods needs a swing coach. Craft your vision for how you're going to change the world. Number 2, and this is Branson, not me. Find the best goddamn people in the world to go and execute on that vision. Sell them on that vision and find people that get excited about what you're doing. Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you not understand that the people that change history, that rewrite history, they're generationally wealthy, never did it for the money? Mhm. John D. Rockefeller, the Titan, right up there. You all think that he's a piece of shit because of his net worth, and I'm not saying that you're wrong or right. What I am telling you is he was rich before he started Standard Oil. Henry Ford, and why did John D. Rockefeller do it? Because we didn't have oil back then; it was kerosene. He did not appreciate the fact that the rich could afford kerosene and nobody else. So his vision was good kerosene for the working class at an affordable rate and price. Affordable kerosene, good quality for the working class. Yep, rewrote history. Number two, how about my boy, Henry Ford? Yep. Benz already had the automobile. And like today, most people can't afford a Benz. And our boy Henry Ford said there's got to be a better way because it is not fair that the working class have to show up to work every day money on a damn horse when the rich get to do this. I like sing like the black and white Mickey Mouse. Probably with a freaking little driver chauffeur. Yes, can you pass your gray poop on, please? You know, like that bullshit. God dang, dude. Whoo, I lose my mind over this, man. I lose my freaking mind, bro. But the thing is you can't have military parents and be obsessed with respect and think that this stuff does not affect your heart and your spirit because it does. Sam Walton, my boy, he did not appreciate the fact that people that lived out in the country got railroaded on pricing. And so Walmart back in the day when Mr. Walton was alive was basically Dollar General. But he needed a lot of stores so that way he could increase their buying power to reduce their rates. Because he's like, why is everybody in town? Because there's competition there. Sears and all these everybody like competes and everybody has low prices. But out in the country, you got one freaking store, like little Nellie's like 5 and dime store in Little House on the Prairie, you know, and you're like, bro, it's not okay. It's not okay. Okay. So number three, give the people, your team, the resources to do their job better than anyone else in the world and get the hell out of their way. Craft the vision that's going to change the world. Find the best people on the planet, sell them on the vision, and find people that get excited about what you're doing. Okay. And number three, give them the freaking resource to do their job and get the hell out of their way. Get the hell out of their way. Get the hell out of their way. Okay. I remember Andy Stanley years ago talking about this one thing. One of the greatest pastors ever, in my opinion, North Point. His dad was Charles Stanley. Years ago, he's got a phenomenal leadership podcast, and he was talking about how he had the flu one time, and they had a bunch of campuses, and he couldn't be there because he was contagious and all that stuff. But you understand, most great leaders are control freaks. Yep, they are. And he wanted to do it even with the flu, but he didn't want to get real sick. And so he decided to remote in and have one of his campus pastors lead it. And I think it might have been Josh. I don't know. I'm making that name up, but it was one of his campus pastors. And he was tuned in and he literally saw that thing and was like, oh my gosh, he does it better than I do. And he said one thing and it changed my life. The new leaders can't lead until the old leaders leave. The new leaders can't lead until the old leaders leave. You know, if your business is growing, it's probably because of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Healthy things grow. So if your business isn't growing, the owner is dwarfing the growth consciously, but usually subconsciously. And this is a big one because you're a control freak and you don't know anything about building systems, process, or SOPs. You don't. And because of that, you control everybody, you drive everybody crazy. You can't keep high caliber, high capacity talent. You can't. Okay. So enjoy the day-to-day as a CEO. You deserve it. Number 8, a builder of people, products, and process. Remember, this is PBD's top 10. Are you a person that is a builder of people, products, and process? Okay. Number 9, strong at selling ideas and vision. And I tell everybody this, people that like sit down and are like, oh my God, Navi, you're like the best like salesman ever. And I'm like, you know, like freaking like little chump or chunk in Goonies. He's like, in 4th grade, I brought fake vomit and I was like, threw it over the balcony. It was like, what? You guys know exactly what I'm freaking talking about, bro. Okay. You tell me I'm a good salesman. I throw up in my mouth. Now, what I am is insanely passionate. And it is true. If this dude is sold out on something, it's difficult for people to tell me no, but it has nothing to do with my selling. No, it's because I have a form of synesthesia where I see everything in actual photographic 4K pictures. And so all I have to do is tell you what I see, but I'm going to paint it in such a way that you see it too, and you're going to be on board with me. Not because I know how to sell, because I know how to articulate the 4K vision in my mind. And I know how to, build something to scale. Number 10 has energy people want to follow. Damn it, dude. PBD, extremely reliable. 2, comfortable confronting issues respectfully. Everybody wants voice and dignity, and they deserve it, but be candid. Number 3, structured thinker. Number 4, sees at least 5 moves ahead. Number 5, obsessed with learning. Number 6, filters signal from noise. Number 7, enjoys the day-to-day grind. Number 8, a builder of people, products, and processes. Number 9, strong at selling ideas and vision. And number 10, has energy people want to freaking follow. Son of a B. Damn it, PBD. Why the hell do I love you? Okay. That dude, if you don't get freaking excited about this stuff, man, you are just not alive right now, bro. You are not alive. I know it. I know it. What else is going on in the news today that's fantastic for us mom and pop venti shops? How about this story? Number 3, the title, Credit Card Competition Act gets White House endorsement. Yes, 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 yes. Here's the story. The bipartisan push to lower swipe freaking fees gained massive momentum last night. The administration has formally endorsed the Credit Card Competition Act, the CCCA, which forces banks to offer at least 2 processing networks for every transaction. Damn it. Thank you, and freaking thank you. Okay. Why? Because freaking retailers, us mom pop venti shops, we pay the highest merchant processing fee of anybody in our industry because we have no economies of scale. We are 1 to 3 locations usually. Okay. We don't have 100 locations, 1,000 locations, 10,000 locations to pay literally pennies where everybody else pays percentage points. Not okay. Not okay. Thank you, current administration. Thank you, Mr. Orange Man, for pushing this and actually putting small business, mom pop venti shops on the freaking radar. We've been ignored while we've been beaten for years, and it is not okay. It ain't okay. This story is huge for us. Huge. What the freak else is going on in the news today? My beautiful people. I don't know. You're not going to hear that very often. What the freak else is going on in the news, my beautiful people? I know. I got you guys all excited, man. I can't help it, bro. All I'm doing is giving you my energy, man. And you guys know energy is transferable. It transfers the vibration. You can feel it, bro. There's energy in that. There's life in that energy. You can feel it. I feel it. I feel the life force in me every day, and the people that are around me feel it too. And it's so strong, I can't help it. It's literally my life force. Okay. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I am manifesting this like it's yesterday. Cody Sanchez, Dan Martell, and David Bayer. You put us on a freaking stage because Cody Sanchez, this chick is amazing. Okay. Here's what she says. She just posted this a couple days ago. Your willingness to work on things no one understands, agrees with, or even thinks is low status will be the reason you win. Damn it, Cody. Damn it. This chick, she hits a home run every time. She's like a really skinny, hot, I don't know, like Bambino, right? Like the big boy, Babe Ruth. Yeah, she's like a hot, skinny Babe Ruth, where like she gets up to bat, and most of the time this chick's hitting like home runs. But she's also an expert in service-based business, right? So her expertise is how you get in. Kind of my expertise is how you run the damn thing. Dan Martell, how to do that as efficiently as possible using AI. This dude walks on water. And Dave Bayer, I swear to God, just go listen to any of his videos, any of them. Matter of fact, I just signed my wife up for his conference. It's coming up March 26th to the 29th at the Kalahaka Resort in Round Rock, Texas. By the way, I'm sure I just butchered how to pronounce that, but David Bayer's his annual 3-day event is coming up, and The problem when you have a wife that has access to the bank account and who manages the money, she sees every transaction. And so I was trying to surprise her for a freaking birthday. And last night at 10 o'clock, she's like, "What the hell is this charge?" I'm like, "Damn it." First of all, why do we have to have this conversation at 10 o'clock at night? Okay. Secondly, you're about to ruin your surprise birthday. But literally, you know what she told me? This is actually freaking brilliant. Because I was trying to buy her birthday presents. I was like, "Look, how am I supposed to do this? Because you see everything." She goes, "You got a Venmo account, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, just load some money from the account on there so I don't actually see what you buy." I'm like, "Damn it, you are a genius. Damn it, you're a genius." Okay. So that's exactly what happened. Okay. So, but I forgot to do that for this freaking conference. And so she saw it. She's like, "Who's this?" Blah, blah. I'm like, all right, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, basically, actually, it was like 9:30 because by 10 I was sleeping. But I was basically comatose as trying to explain to her, sorry, here's your surprise party. It's a conference, it's going to change your life. But Cody Sanchez, Dan Martell, and Dave Bayer, bro, you put us on a stage and we will literally transform the world. I'm just saying that because I know like what these people bring. And Cody Sanchez is amazing. And so I can't, anytime I see any of their stuff, it's coming straight out of my mouth because they are that good. Okay. What else is going on in the news today, my beautiful people? Oh, this is huge. This is huge. This is huge. Here's the title: Illinois and Colorado enforce new AI disclosure laws. Here's the story. New state regulations taking full effect this week require small business owners to explicitly notify employees if AI is being used for hiring or performing tracking or performance tracking. Illinois, using zip codes as an AI proxy for hiring, is now strictly banned. Here's why this is a big deal. If you use third-party apps for scheduling or vetting resumes, you are now liable for the disclosure. Yep. Ready for this? Failure to notify staff can result in civil penalties up to $6,000 per violation. These are two states that are just morons. Scarlet letter M for morons for Illinois and Colorado. When I see this type of stuff, it needs to go with a tiny disclaimer that says, for those that have more than 25 employees, 20 employees, I don't care what it is. This is not okay because this actually goes squarely on the shoulders of the mom pop venti shops. That's right. Less than 20 employees. And the owner has to spend all of it themselves. Please explain to me how the hell the owner, who's trying to be as efficient as humanly possible, trying to sort through these freaking resumes because they don't have a person on staff who has dedicated 40 hours to making sure they bring the best people in. No, the owner, while they're trying to spin the accounting plate, sales and marketing plate, the HR plate, the customer service plate, the logistics plate, and the IT plate. Yeah. One of the 7 plates is the HR plate. One of them. How the hell does the owner have time for this? Screw you, Illinois and Colorado. F you. F you for not putting in a little note. Less than 25 employees, this doesn't apply to you. No. These are 2 states. Again, you can see it in the headlines. Do you have, because it's always people living in the kingdom, in the castle, on the hill. Always. Now, when stupid shit like this comes out, this is going to tell you, do the people from the kingdom and the castle tromp out of the castle, down the hill into the village to hang out with the peasants in the village? Do they? This tells you no. No. And they don't care. They don't care. And they have never cared. And that is the reason why I do this damn show. I do business for breakfast for us. Okay. Why? Because nobody's helping us. Nobody. This is like a 1-hour church service, really, mainly for me. But I kind of figured, look, man, all of us need it. We need encouragement. We need inspiration. We need education. We need some news rather than the propaganda and the clickbait. I just need to hear about business crap. I need to know what's trending. I need a little entertainment while I'm going to work because life is just beating me the hell up before I even get home. Okay. And if that is you, listen, man, we got you. We got you. There's 2 ways to hit us up: businessforbreakfastradio.com, businessforbreakfastradio.com. Submit a question. I'll reply back to it or read it on air. If you have an idea, a business idea, you've been stuck, I don't care what it is. You have questions about accounting, whatever it is. I don't care. Okay. Businessforbreakfastradio.com or speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com. That's aaron.com. And that links directly to my calendar. You can schedule some time to talk about anything you want to talk about. The new 100% bonus depreciation that just got passed for the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, right? 100% bonus depreciation has been reinstated for the 2026 tax year. You want to talk about that? You know how to schedule it, right? This is important stuff, man. I want you guys to hear what I'm saying because I just kind of feel like, I don't know, like this type of stuff is just stuff that for us as owners, nobody helps us with. We have to do all this stuff ourselves. Who encourages us? We have to bring the energy to our business, to the team that we lead, but who builds us? That's why I do this show, man. I do a show for you. I do it for me because as a CEO, one of the most important things that you bring is you are the chief energy officer. Yeah, yeah. Chief executive officer means you're the one that basically has to make the toughest decisions and you have to deal with the consequences. But honestly, chief energy officer is way more important because if you got a good executive council and a good team of people that you trust of high capacity, that team will make the decisions. What they can't bring is your vision and they can't bring your energy. You are the chief energy officer at your entity, your organization, the team that you lead. It's the most important thing you bring. You need to bring it, but you need accountability. You need help. And that's what we do. You can be part of our peer advisory groups. They're open source. They're always free. You don't have to be one of our accounting clients to join. If you have questions about accounting, bookkeeping, the new OBBA laws, whatever it is, businessbreakfastradio.com or speakwithaaron.com. All right. Now, before we kind of wrap up, not wrap up. Let me change how I say this because what we're about to get into is going to be the most important thing of the entire show. Yep. I'm going to build for you. Yesterday on the show, McPherson asked, how do I start a business? I've been stuck. I want to do something like healthcare related. And on air, I said, well, I don't know. I know this is a big trending topic, but old people are getting older and they're getting more lonely. How about like I don't know, like a, you know, old company, like old person, I don't know, delivery service, run around, do their errands and crap. And then I said, I will build this on air tomorrow. You guys ready? I'm going to build you this plan, how to start this business for under $1,000. And I told you guys, whenever we do anything here, right, we don't worry about A to Z, but we obsess over A to E, which is the idea to your first dollar. Okay. Now, are you ready? You're not going to believe it, man. You will not believe it. But ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. It's pulling up. You guys are going to freak out. DuckDuckGo. Yeah, you're kind of shutting down. If you can't hear my computer, it's screaming at me. So I'm going to go here to Chrome. Here it is. The business built, $1,000 or less, service based. Okay, here you go. All right, this is the blueprint. Senior concierge driving service, 90-day, under $1,000 blueprint, 90 days to cash flow. Okay, A to E, the path to the first dollar. Okay, phase A, it's the lean offer, day 1 to 14. Okay, so define a service that's easy to buy, right? So don't build a transportation company, build like peace of mind service for adult children with aging parents. Okay, so like the service, door to door or door through door assistance. You don't just drop them off at the curb. You walk them to the door, walk them to the doctor, sit in the lobby, help them check in. Okay, basically be the kid because their kid is too inconvenienced by the parents. Okay, pricing. 45 to 60 bucks per hour with a 2-hour minimum. Okay. Very transparent, covers the overhead and time and wear and tear on the vehicle. Now, here's your must-haves. Okay. We got to form your LLC. Okay. I don't know. State of Texas, probably 250 bucks, something like that. Commercial auto insurance rider. You've got to have a commercial policy for business use. Okay. It's got to have a business use endorsement. Okay. It's typically like $300 to $500 a year. Check with your local, insurance agent to see. Check on your vehicle. And then you need a waiver, right? Doesn't cost you anything. Just go find a template for a liability release for passengers. Use that, modify it for your biz. Okay. Phase B, B phase, it's the minimum viable presence. This is day 15 to 30. Okay. So the goal here is to look legitimate enough to be trusted with someone's grandmother. Yes. Okay. Professionalism. We got to make sure that we've got business cards. Vista print, fantastic. Canva's great for creating them, $50. clean, large font, easy for seniors to read, like their version of the what the hell? What is that phone? The Jitterbug? What's the phone that they all use? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Like that. Okay. Get you some magnetic car signs. Just magnet on there. And here's what we do. Background check. So run one on yourself and keep the PDF ready to show clients. This builds instant trust. Like run a big background check on you. Okay. The tech stack. Use your personal smartphone, Google Calendar for scheduling, and like a free Square account to accept credit cards. Okay. Also, part of the viable presence. Um, I've got the actual. I had AI create like what the landing page would look like. And so there's actually 2 or 3 really, really great AI tools out there that are free or monthly subscriptions where you can load in what you want your landing page to look, and it will actually create it for you with branded colors. Yep, yep. So think of your business cards, car magnet, background check, and your landing page using one of these subscription site builders, right? Okay, so right there, you're talking $50 for business cards. I don't know, $100 for car signs, $50 for a background check, probably less. Zero for doing your own landing page or using one of the subscription sites, maybe charging like $25 a month, something like that. C phase, phase 3, right? This is the hyper local outreach, day 31 to 60. Here's your 3 pillars of referrals. Okay, number 1. Oh, by the way, when we go up to being seen when you build your landing page, that also includes building out your Google profile page. So make sure you guys do that and you put it all in, because Google is prioritizing individuals that focus on the Google profile page over their website. Okay, so make sure you put that in as part of your tech. Okay, now this is part 3 or phase C, the hyperlocal outreach, day 31 to 60. 3 pillars of referrals. Number 1, independent living facilities. Visit the activity directors. Okay. Tell them you provide one-on-one driving service for residents who don't want to wait for the facility bus, who also don't like sitting next to. Mildred does not like sitting next to Iris, okay? But they always put her right next to her because they literally share a room, and they just think because you share a room, you're obviously best friends and you want to share a freaking bus seat together. No, they don't. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself, right? Number 2, doctor's offices. Geriatric, audiology, vision centers, leave cards. These offices hate it when patients miss appointments because they couldn't find a freaking ride. Yep, local churches. Offer to speak to the seniors group or place a small ad in the bulletin. Okay, like your script. I provide door-through-door concierge driving service for seniors who need a little extra help getting to appointments or errands. I'm licensed, insured, and background checked. Dude, how the hell do you not just instantly start making money with that? Like, that's crazy. Okay. So phase 4, which is the D phase, it's the first test drive, day 61 to 75. The beta offer a first trip special, like $50 round trip or $50 round trip, 2-hour minimum. It's like you're going to cut your rate in half, right? 50% off for a round trip to the grocery store, including helping bringing bags inside, like that beta offer. Okay. You want to get them addicted to your service, right? Also, the feed forward loop. After the ride, ask the senior and their adult children, what was the most helpful part of today? This is how you refine your service without over-engineering it. What did you enjoy most about today? What was the thing, the service that we offered that you enjoyed the most? Okay. And then basically phase 5, the E phase, the first dollar, 76 to 90. That is where the goal here is we invoice and collect. Okay. It's once the ride's complete, swipe that card via Square, and send them the electronic receipt, and then ask for testimonials and referral to one friend. You have one happy senior. I guarantee you got access to their entire Domino's, Chicken Foot, Bridge, Spades, Hearts Club, period. Okay. You're getting access to all of it. Okay. They're like, oh my God, this person literally is like my best friend. I had a better conversation with this person than I did my own freaking kids. You'll see, man. You'll see. I told you, McPherson, I would build you this for under $1,000. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now that we move on to, which is obviously a huge, huge part of the show, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the final segment of our daily show, which is a reframe from Scott Adams' latest book, How to Reframe Your Brain. And this is out of chapter 6, Reality Reframes. Scott Adams. We'll look back in 100 years from now and call him our modern day oracle. Yes. And so his reframes are life changing. So this is from chapter 6. And you guys know that he passed away January 13th of this year. Yep. And so here is one of the reframes. Let's see. Human rationality. Let's see. Let's do that one. No, 2 movies, 1 screen. You know what? I really like this one because it really has helped me suffer less. And you guys know ministry is a big thing for us and a big theme, helping people suffer less. And when Scott gave this, it totally changed my life. And actually, it was a fairly recent reframe that he created. And this really helps with people that are politically opposing forces. Okay. You used to get pissed off that this person doesn't see things the way you see things. But you have to remember, you have no opinions yourself. Every opinion you have was assigned to you by what you pay attention to in the media. So if your media source is state-owned legacy media, you are going to have one viewpoint of the world. If your source of media is independent journalism, and you really stay away from legacy media, then you will have a different viewpoint of the world. And here's the reframe that it did so much help for me was this one thing. That person does not have an opposing view of you. That person is watching a different movie than you, a different movie. So, like when you go to the drive-through theater and you can see these different screens, like you sitting in the car, okay, you can see that movie and you can see that movie, okay, and that movie based on where you're sitting, okay? Same thing here. Understand that this person is not against you. They're watching a different movie than you're watching. So here's what it is. This is not 2 people with one of us right and one is wrong. This is 2 individuals who are watching 2 different movies on the same screen. Now you understand. When that kind of is your reframe, I don't know, man, like it just gives me, I don't know, like empathy, sympathy for those, because you can see their suffering because of what they pay attention to. You can see it. But now I just feel bad. I'm not upset. I just feel bad. Right. And I don't know. I just feel like this reframe like really spoke to me. Like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it would speak to you guys. Okay. And you guys know we do open source peer advisory groups. They're always free to you. You don't have to be one of our accounting clients to join. But we believe everybody needs their own board of directors, their own executive council to give them clarity on what they want to get done over the next 10, 12 weeks. 2, hold them accountable. And 3, help them reduce mistakes, especially the ones that cost us freaking money, man. And if you have help, if you need help, if you want questions about the peer advisor groups, if you want assistance in a business you want to start, you've got questions about your business, accounting, bookkeeping, how the new OBBA laws apply, all good, man. You got 2 ways to hit us up. Number 1, businessforbreakfastradio.com. Okay. And number 2, speakwithaaron.com. That's speakwithaaron.com. That's aaron.com. And that, my beautiful peeps, wraps up arguably the greatest Business for Breakfast episode you've ever seen. Now, remember, guys, if you think it's hard or you think it's easy, you're right. Come on now. Don't just work in your business. Make sure you mind your own business. All right, my beautiful people, you got the news, you got the tips and tricks. Now you go get this day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you know what freaking time it is, my beautiful people. What time is it? It's time to freaking get to work. Pow!